Hablamos nunca. All right, good morning, beautiful people. Now, why did my sound just decide to come through my speaker? My crappy stereo just doesn't work. All right, I think I got it. Okay, so I'm looking at the people on the call this morning, and I'm like, well, I'm really going to be preaching to the choir on this one. For the most part, it's everyone else that I need to be on this call. Because I was actually thinking about it this morning. I'm like, I don't know if I'm the best person today to be hosting the call after the week I had. I know, Margot, you had a doozy of a week too, right? Yes, doozy of a week. So I'm going to be honest and just speak from the heart. And I'm hoping that, because I know I'm not really speaking to like 3 or 4 of you on here. I'm hoping that other people watch the recording. So I was incredibly frustrated this past week. And Max, no, it's not your fault. I would have found out anyways. But Summit 2023 is in June. It's June 22nd, 23rd, or something like that. So not only do I have to take 3 days off of work for Success Club trip because it's not over spring break, now I have to try and also fly overnight on a Wednesday night to get there to start the thing on the Thursday and fly home on a Sunday because I have to go back to work. So I did reach out to our node right away because I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, we in Canada, we go to school until the end of June. So why are you planning conferences that are still, there's so many teachers. And so I said to him, I was like, dude, I didn't call him dude. I was like, Arnaud, because I wouldn't call Arnaud dude. I was like, dude, why is Summit in June? I said, I understand that this is years in advance planning, and it has happened once in our 7 years of coaching. I understand that it takes like they've probably got the dates and the locations for the next like 3 years planned, right? Because it's a massive event, so they have to book them well ahead of time. I said, why are you putting Summit when there's thousands of Canadian coaches that are likely teachers or that have kids in school and are now going, how the heck do I get there? Because it's in June. Right. So he did say he was going to pass it on to he got back to me right away. He actually sent me a voice message right away and said that he was going to pass it on to the like events team and corporate team, because he was like, I totally understand where you're coming from. And we can definitely, like, moving forward, work around those dates, knowing that information. And I was like, that's great, but that's not helpful for the next couple of years. And so yes, it was incredibly frustrating, but I think the piece for me that's incredibly frustrating is that I don't know where it was, and they'll announce it at Summit. It was just on one of the FAQs or websites, and I was like looking at it and going, oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? So it just adds that extra layer of challenge. And I'm going to be totally honest and say that the reason that I'm frustrated is because I work full time. I took on a VP position at my school, which ends in 3 weeks. I move in 3 weeks. I coach, I teach Zumba, I have 3 kids, and I still hit Success Club every freaking month. I do, right? So yes, Clarissa and I put everyone through my account, but I hit Success Club 10, me, every single month. So why is everyone else not doing it? And I know I'm not speaking to everyone on the call, but if I can do it, so can you. And if you're not hitting the numbers, it's because you're not talking to people. Just talk to people. You're getting in your own way. You're getting in your head. You're stopping yourself. What did I listened to the podcast yesterday. It was the We Can Do Hard Things, Glennon Doyle podcast yesterday. When Abby shared, so for those of you who don't know Glennon Doyle, Love Warrior, Carry On Warrior, Untamed, has a podcast called We Can Do Hard Things. She's one of my favorite authors because the first time I ever read her book was well before coaching. I read Love Warrior, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And it was the first time, like, literally reading her book, I was like, how is someone writing my words? So it was so incredibly powerful. And then I found out that she was married. She had left her husband and was married to a woman and play who was a professional soccer player in the US. And anyway, so they now do a podcast together. So it's Glennon, it's her sister Amanda, and then sometimes Abby is on as well. And Abby is Glennon's wife. And Abby was talking about how, so she played for Team USA soccer. And she said she had this coach. No, before that, she felt like she could not be authentic to herself because in order for her to get, what is it called? Like sponsorships? Like if you get sponsored by Nike or you get, you know, like those sorts of things. So in order for her to get that, endorsements, right? And to get the endorsements from those, she needed to look like a kind of typical American girl, right? With the ponytail and the, you know, and she couldn't really be gay because if she was really gay, then she wouldn't get those sponsorships and the endorsements and things like that. And she needed the money. So she was betraying who she is by not being herself. And she had this one coach, and the coach, her name was Pia, was this Swedish lady. And she said she was the first woman that she'd ever seen who just stood in her own power, who was authentically herself every single moment of every single day. And because Abby had that experience of seeing someone else do it, she felt free to do it for herself, right? So Pia would say to her, Abby Wambach, FIFA Athlete of the Year 2011. And she would just like, you know, casually, and Abby would be like, what are you talking about? And then they were at this massive tournament in Europe, and she decided that that's it. I need to actually step into my power and be myself. So she went and got her hair all chopped off into like the Abby Wambach style, because that's who she is. You know, she said she has videos and pictures of her when she would have makeup on. She never wears makeup. And she was like, even looking at the pictures now feels so wrong. So she said what Pia did for her was to create the space for her to step into her own authenticity. And then she realized that by her stepping into her own authenticity and her own power, she was paving the way for other people that were watching her. And all of you have the power to do that with the people in your social media. I don't care if you have 5 views on a story. I don't care if you have 10 views on a reel. I don't care if you have 6 likes. You have affected someone's life just by them liking your post. And the fact that we are stopping ourselves from inviting them to take care of their bodies is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. Everyone on this call has a potential to hit Success Club 10 every single month or more because of what it's done for us, and we're not paying that forward. And so, yeah, for me, there's a piece of it that I'm like, I'm frustrated because if I can do it, you can do it. I show everyone every single month what I do. You guys need to step up. Then I get to retire. Then I get to take you on retreats. Like, it's this, right? And I know I'm not speaking to everyone. So it's always a hard one for me to like speak like this because I'm not speaking to everyone on the call. I know we're all at different places of our life. I'm not really a hard ass because it wouldn't work for me. At the same time, I'm like, what are you doing? You have all of this potential and this gift in your hands to help someone feel better. Take away the sales. Take away that piece of it. Take away the commission. Take away the rank. You have the power to change someone's life. And we're getting in our way. We're stopping ourselves because of some unknown fear, right? It doesn't make sense to me. Just have the conversations. Is it easy? No, it's not always easy. But the more conversations that you have, the better you get at it. And the more authentic you will feel, because I could have a conversation with someone like, let's say Ashley is talking to someone that relates to her, right? Sorry, Ashley, you're in my top left corner. So it was like, you're the first one I saw. Let's say I could talk to that person and I could talk to them in the way that I have learned to talk to people over the past 7 years. And that person won't resonate with me. They'll resonate with Ashley because they're supposed to resonate with Ashley. But then if Ashley doesn't invite that person, that's on Ashley for not inviting that person, right? And somewhere down the road, that person is actually going to connect with somebody else, still probably won't be me, and will be invited. So let's just work on getting out of our own way and having the conversation. That's what's going to bring people in. That's what's going to help you move your business forward. Yeah, and yeah, I want to retire. I want to hit 2-star. I want to hit elite. I want to retire. I'm tired of working as hard as I work. I want more freedom in my life. And I need the team to step up in order to create that. But I also want for you that feeling, right? I want you to see what it feels like to get team cycle bonuses. I want you to monitor your account so you can see that somebody's going inactive and you're going to lose your emerald, which means you're going to lose your team cycle bonuses. I don't want to be doing that, right? That should be on you to be like, hey, this is a business. I need to check this every once in a while. Check it on a Sunday. You'll see what if someone's going red, they're going inactive that Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? That's when they go inactive. That means you lose your emerald. That means you don't get your team cycle bonuses. As long as you stay active, your volume still accrues, but you only get the team cycle bonuses if you are an active emerald. I want that for you. I want that for everyone on the team, because we're not just in this to help people. We're not just in this to take care of ourselves. We are in this to make some money at it, to earn trips at it, to create some freedom, to create a retirement fund, right? We want all of those things. So there's nothing wrong with inviting people to that opportunity. Sorry. So that's my kind of tough love for this morning. Speaking from the heart. I was incredibly frustrated. I was like, really? But I guess that frees up my July. I can try to leave in July then. So because I don't have to work around Summit. So there's always a flip side on it. It just means that I go that much harder for those 4 days that I'm at Summit and fly home Sunday, and I'm exhausted on Monday at work. I've been there, done that, and lived it a million times. So I know I can do it. Just isn't ideal. So fire and flow. We did the sample workout in the makeshift What is Coaching webinar yesterday that Margot rocked. All good. And now we know, right? We need the graphics. If we don't get the graphics the weekend before, something is up, right? So now at least we know to follow up and get the graphics ahead of time. And I think if we just tagged Estelle in the group, if we want the graphics, because she's the one who does most of the graphics for Christina. So if we just tag her on it, she'll get them ready. So we just need to be more on the ball with that. So we did the sample. Well, some of you did the sample. I did it this morning. Absolutely loved it. I'm really excited for like the flow part of it, because I've never loved yoga. I feel like Zumba is my yoga, because it does for my head what I think yoga does for like yogis. But I loved the movement and like the opening of my hips and the opening of my back and so I'm really excited about that, and more so than I'm excited about Jericho, because those minute fire starter burners shit things, I was like, what are you doing? I have to do this star jump thing again? Seriously? Those are the days I need Max to work out with Max, because I know I will push myself that much harder if I was with Max. So yeah, to do it in my basement and just be like, fuck you, Jericho, sorry. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, but really excited for the flow piece. And I loved what Elise shared on that call, where she talked and how our bodies just don't know the difference between good stress and bad stress, right? So every exercise we do is stress. And so that's why even with yoga, like it's that flow, that slower movement. But I love that we're kind of being taught that in the program, and to be consciously aware of how much stress we are putting on our bodies. Because if we put too much on our bodies, then we're not going to see results, right? So having the balance of it, I think is really awesome. And I think it would be super helpful, especially like for all of us, but for brand new people coming in, to have that balance of, okay, go hard for, your 30 minutes today, but then tomorrow we're going to open up all those muscles and we're going to take some time to breathe and so that you're ready for the next day. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think the journal will be cool for people to like keep track of, you know, their feelings and how they're doing and those sorts of things. So that's me speaking from the heart. I did video myself doing some of the moves. I'm going to do a video of me talking about fire and flow and add in the moves from the workout, because in InShot, you can use picture in picture and add the little like video at the bottom thing while I'm talking, upload it to YouTube, and then put it on my Google form, which I already have ready to go for fire and flow. So that's my plan. That's one of the things I want to work on today, is to talk about that, get that form ready. I think we decided in the group that it's June 13th start date. I believe that was what was mentioned in there. So we were going to do like, because the PC launches end of May, is it May 27th? Something like that, May 24th. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday. It's an interesting day. So May 24th, no, is for PC and coaches. So I think some people were planning on starting it then to show the workouts, and then going from that and then restarting it on June 13th. So that's my plan, my info. And for those of you going to Summit, we do have a Facebook group that is up and running for Summit, and that would be a great group to get yourself into, even if you're contemplating going to Summit, because that's where people will be chatting about rooms, right? And you know, I've got an extra spot in my room. I really encourage everyone to just share a room, like make a room of 4 people, keep your costs as low as you possibly can, keep all of your receipts when you go, and then because you just don't spend any time in the room. There's zero like decompressed time. Maybe I think I have a picture of Angie and Max napping on the couch in Indianapolis, like one way and one the other. Or maybe it was just Max that was napping. I don't know, but it would have been like maybe a 15-minute nap, and then we were up and gone again. So yeah, so just be ready. It's going to be awesome, absolutely awesome. So what is your plan for the week? How is everyone doing? Max, it's nice to see you on here. I know you had a really long ride yesterday.
Yeah, I decided that I didn't need to run after riding for 3+ hours yesterday. So win, I get to be on the call today.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I'd like to say that Beachbody keeps you in shape to be able to do things.
My sound. Oh, can you speak again?
Sorry, what?
Oh, I can hear you now. It was all like rumbly for me. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with my sound today. So sometimes I just need to turn my computer off and then restart it.
And I had my first glass of wine in 5 weeks yesterday.
And how was that?
It's good. Yeah, it was, it'd just be nice like once a week to have a glass of wine or two, but I just love the program so much that I just feel like it's one of those, have a night and then right back to the program pretty much.
I'm surprised at how much I don't miss dairy. Like I haven't really missed cookies. I haven't really missed yogurt. It's that's been an interesting one for me. But I'm also really surprised at how sensitive my body is to gluten. I didn't realize.
Yes.
It was crazy because a coworker of mine recommended, like, I don't mind the matcha, and I'm gonna, once I move and life settles down, I'm gonna switch to that. But my coworker has this stuff that's called dandy, and it's dandelion root. But
I think she talked about that as one of the options for a tea though.
Yeah, but it's got like barley extract, and so it's got to have gluten in it. Right? So there were 3 things in it that I was like, oh, I'm sure that's gluten, and it was instant almost that I felt puffy, like instant. like, oh, that's weird. Cause I didn't have like bread or pasta or anything like that. And I'm like, what did I have that was different? No dairy, no, yeah, I had wine when I was in Whistler, and I had a glass of wine on Wednesday night. Like there wasn't enough of a change for it to be like, that was why I was feeling all puffy. And then I had this stuff like 4 days in a row, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's what it is, and looked at the ingredients. Oh, maybe that's not the best. But Autumn talked about it.
Well, she says when she was talking about her, I think in her one of her videos about taking out the coffee, and she talked about how she's replaced her morning routine with matcha, but she did talk about a couple other teas that she also recommended in the program. And I feel like one was a licorice something, and there was another one.
Yeah, this one's more like instant coffee. It actually kind of tastes like coffee, but without the bitterness of it.
Mm.
So it's quite good, but I'm guessing that it has gluten on it. It's not labeled gluten free, so I'm imagining that it would have some. That's been definitely one of my biggest takeaways from it. And I really have to say, I need to find out what digestive enzymes Estelle uses, because the ones that we are using taste awful.
How do you even taste them? I just like down the hatch and they're gone.
Hard time with pills sometimes, and so they end up like staying in my mouth, and they taste like bile.
Oh,
like
never had any problem with them.
Yeah, so I want to get the ones, because hers, remember the ones that we had when we went for lunch were capsules instead of like a pill. So try those. Did not like. Margot, how are you doing? You and I are in for a doozy couple weeks, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Got this.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's just mine's more, well, emotional, I guess, or I don't know, it's just going to be weird. It's going to be weird. But just so you know, I didn't even, Crystal kindly made me I don't know whether you can see it, but a graphic. So I wasn't even using the WTF is coaching. I was using the take a peek into our wellness coaching community, be a part of something much bigger than yourself. So I wasn't just because I don't know about, I always overthink everything. I'm just thinking 50 pluses, will they, like the WTF is coaching? Like, I don't know. So when this one said sort of be a part of something much bigger than yourself, I kind of like that, because it is, it's not just about you. It's about the people around you that you can help and affect and all that. So, and thank you, Crystal, for doing that, because we found that. I don't know where we found that. Where did we find that? I can't remember, but it was somewhere. And so anyways, I was using that to invite people to yesterday. And then I was using just a photo of the new program. And I was just saying, because I'm now trying to push the pedal to the metal to find coaches, like working coaches. So I'm getting rid of the fluff and stuff, and I'm saying, do you want to come and do this workout? And I do think that, I know everyone was busy, and it was fine. We were able to do it. I drove to the office and got my laptop this morning. So this is my laptop I'm on now. Yesterday was just a cluster F. But anyway, I do though think that for people that are trying to build this personally, I do like that second Saturday of the month, because it does give me something to invite. And they don't leave the comfort of their own home. And even if they just stay for the workout, they see 5 or 6 other people working out. I had a lot of Kims on. Kim McGill, Kim Cohn, and Kim Simpson, I think is her name. So Kim Simpson, I think she left after the workout, but I've been talking to her, so I'm hopeful she'll want to get the challenge pack or whatever, or gut protocol. And then the Kim Cohn, she, I think, wants to be a coach. She's in Juice Plus, but both of them stayed on for the cluster F that was supposed to be a presentation. But anyway, and then who else? I think, even my Kim McGill, who isn't building this as a business necessarily, But she messages me afterwards. She said, I really like that workout. I didn't think I would. And I said, yeah, I know, it's pretty good. So she now is probably going to unlock it when it comes out. But I feel like that is a good thing to have in your head as something to invite people to, because it's possible that some people don't know what they're inviting people to. Be a part of my community. What's your community? What are you talking about? I don't exactly know, but be a part of it. Come on in. So if there is a solid, join us for this workout and webinar, blah, blah, blah. And even if I was just sending out invites, be a part of the workout, join the workout, join the workout, join the workout, forget the webinar, just join the workout, join the workout, join the workout. And then hopefully, well, I think there was 8 or 9 people on, and thank goodness Tamara and Christina came on in their cars to help with the thing. And Christina stayed. Tamara, thank you for the starting part. And then Christina was very helpful. And so was Megan. She was amazing. Megan. Yeah, she was really good. So anyway, I just think that is still a good way to try and invite them to something where we can see a lot of other people who are doing this. And I don't know. And it's over early in the morning, so they're done. So, and then I've got this and I'm working on it right now.
Nice. Awesome. I'm liking using the Habit Share app. Finding that is helping. Just like check off and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah.
How's everybody else doing? MJ, how are you?
I have something fun to share. I'm sorry you guys had a shit week, but I had a pretty good one. I had something really cool happen to me this week. I'm in a Facebook group for 80 Day that I joined like in 2020 when I first joined the Empower Squad. And of course, we all went into lockdown. So I decided it was a good time to do 80 Day Obsession. And I did that with my girlfriend and her daughter from Calgary, and it was amazing and everything. But I joined this Facebook group way back then of just like public group. I don't know who started it or who runs it. There's thousands of people in it. And I actually never go in there, but sometimes I just see some of the posts from people. And this week on Thursday, and I never usually message people who put stuff on there that they're looking for a coach, because you can just imagine what happens, right? In a big, huge group like that. So this girl puts a message out there that she's kicked ass in 2020 with 80 Day, had lost 85 pounds, and then found herself back up again and fallen off the wagon and looking for a coach to help and da-da-da. So it was super early one morning, and I thought, should I message this girl? Like, I can just imagine that bazillions of people have. So anyway, this was my message to her. I'm going to read it really fast for you. I said, hi there. Have you received about 1 million messages? LOL, right? Because I can just imagine. I saw your post and can totally relate. I got tired of starting over, so I stopped quitting. I'd love to offer myself as a coach in my amazing community of wellness warriors. I live in Maple Ridge and have friends on the island. I noticed that she was from Souk, okay, in Vancouver Island. I said, beautiful place. If you haven't had a chance to try the Fire and Flow sample, let me know. I have it available to try in our prep party. I love that, you guys. Invite people to that. It's amazing. I'll be doing it a few more times before the launch on the 24th of May. And then I said, just remember, what once was can be again, and even better than before. So this was her answer. I didn't expect anything. And literally 2 minutes later, I have a response from her, and I'm like, oh my God. Definitely a few messages so far, haha, but 100% absolutely would love to join your team. You're the first to message me from Canada, and I grew up in Maple Ridge, Coquitlam area. Like, so it just goes to show you, like, sometimes just do it anyway, even when your head is saying, what's the point? Or somebody else is going to get there first, or whatever. We talk ourselves out of stuff all the time. So I'm like, freaking, this chick is so cool, you guys. Okay. We've been having, I don't know if you can see my phone. This is our conversations over the last couple of days now. Okay. She drives a freaking semi truck. She's so cool. And
she's your people.
She's my people. And I said to her, like, I didn't actually realize her complete journey until I went back and looked at her posts from that 80-day, and you can go and search just their posts. I was blown away. Like, she's been through hell and back in the last couple of years. She had a couple of kids, and anyway, I still don't know her whole story. We're just getting to know each other, and I haven't posed the coach question yet, but I will. And I'm just taking my time with her because she's gonna do Fire and Flow. So I sent her a bunch of other samples to do. She has a few things downloaded. Her bod ran out in February and she didn't renew. So I'm like, okay, so little by little now, I'm just going to get to know her, get her to trust me, and tell her my story and where I'm at. And we're obviously different ages and stuff like that. She sent me a picture of her semi truck. You guys, like, it's the coolest thing ever. I have to show you. Look at, I don't know if you can see that. It's so cool.
That's so,
yeah.
so
So
cool.
then I said, oh, I guess my Dodge Ram doesn't hold a candle. And she goes, hold a candle? What does that mean? And I'm like, oh, I'm old. It means there's no comparison. So anyways, she's going to be, I think, a great challenger, if nothing else. But I can see her having done this journey before, that maybe she's going to have some people to take along with her this time. And that's what I'm going to propose, right? And anyway, so my whole point to this is just try anyway. Just send the message, make the call, do the things, because you never know where your people are. This is a total stranger to me that I just took a chance in a huge public group on Facebook. So there you go.
And I think that's a really great, sorry, go ahead, Tamara.
No, go ahead.
Because I think that's a really great message, Mary Jo, because I think and you see that a lot where people are looking and then you think, oh, everybody's going to message and you're just going to get lost. But the thing too is that if this were me and I asked a question and I had 10, 15 people message me, I would probably take the time to look at each of those people and maybe see who I'm going to resonate with, right? Because it's not just because the first person messages, okay, yeah, boom, I'm going to, take you up and be my coach. I would take the time to figure out who looks like it's going to be the right fit and learn a little bit. And that's, again, why it's important our social media represents who we are, not just our workouts, or so people can get a real picture of who it is that they might want to join. So I think that's just a great message to go, yeah, a lot of people may, but you're the first one from Canada, and those are the things that you're not even thinking might play into the whole decision-making process. So that's awesome, Mary Jo. Way to go. Way to go, coach.
That's super awesome. And it makes me think of like, I've often worked with coaches, like we'll have a Zoom or we'll do something where they're like, well, I don't know how to message a stranger, right? And so then I'm like, just message. And so I have my kind of wording that I send. And sometimes you get a weird message back. Sometimes you don't get a message back. And then other times, I should see if I can find the one, you get like, this lady wrote me back and she was like, hi, normally I would never respond to this because I'm just quietly watching everyone else's journey while my life kind of just passes by. It feels great to tell a random stranger that I'm slowly coming to and want more out of life. And it goes on, like she wrote a fair bit. And it's those one messages that make you keep going, because you're like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you're gonna get the like, who are you? How do I know you? You're gonna get the blocks. You're gonna get the no replies, and then you're gonna get that one message that's like, oh, so the 15 or 20 other ones were totally worth it, because you get that one that you're like connect with and you can move forward with. So thank you for sharing, MJ. That's awesome. Okay, let's do a picture. I'm hoping my camera is clean. I'm going to take it on the right angle, not like 2 weeks ago, when I totally, I don't know what I did. I think I did this when I took the picture. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Looks like I've been drinking in the morning. So how's everybody else doing?
2020, the summit 2023, they didn't tell you where it's going to be, did they? No.
They'll tell us it's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be somewhere on the East Coast. It always is. It'd be nice if we could have it in LA where we're not having to do time zone changes. That would be awesome.
I know.
And you know, it was funny. I was talking to Andressa yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, the prices of the flights, $400." I'm like, "Okay, we're coming from Canada. It's looking close to $1,000, and then everything is in American dollars." She's like, "Oh, yeah, okay. You guys have it bad."
Don't be talking to us about prices of flights.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then the American dollar conversion. It's like a big, okay, we get paid in American dollars. That's how I look at
They should do a summit in Canada.
it. I don't think that will ever happen because there's too many Americans that don't have a passport. And you don't have to fly with a passport if you're in the continental US. So you can just go with your driver's license and or some sort of ID and you're good. There's too many people that wouldn't come.
True.
Plus with COVID rules, Canada's got to ease up on those. Otherwise you're gonna have a lot of people not wanting to come or not being able to come because of that.
That's the other thing.
But even if they had it in like Seattle would be awesome. LA
Yeah.
would be awesome. There's so many great
Something in our time zone would be great.
Yeah, because that's the butt kicker is you go and you're like, I think St. Louis is 2 hours ahead. Chicago's 2 hours ahead. But New Orleans was 3, like you're 3 hours ahead. And so your workout, you're getting up at basically 1 o'clock in the morning, your time to go to the big giant workout. It's crazy.
Seattle would be cool. I think Seattle would be awesome.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's big enough to, right? They have to be able to host 25,000 people. So
True. That's a lot of people. Definitely.
This year will be 25,000 because there are probably still people that are nervous to gather. You know, they're different comfort levels. So, yeah. I mean, we still haven't even had an assembly at school because we're like, well, now it's May. And there's still so many families that are not comfortable with gathering and their kids still wear masks to school. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens at Summit. How many people are able to make it there? But let's pray for it. Hi, Jen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because my internet goes E and 4G, so if cuts off, it's because of that. I want to share what's working for me. I did the sample workout this week, and I actually shared like some of like my clips. I did the flow, and I took screenshots of the sample workout with the flow, with the fire part, and I took screenshots of all the transformations from the test groups. And at the end, I said that I love the workout. And I shared, now you're gonna see some of the results from the test group. And I shared that on my stories. And I actually put like that little heart with a little guy that you just like go like this, not a poll anymore, because I couldn't like see who was voting. So I just did that. And like, I got lots of people actually putting the little hearts. So I'm gonna start sending that to them. And I even got messages of people like saying, yeah, that they didn't want to go back to Beachbody. I'm gonna take a year off, and now she's gonna want to bring her cousin too. And going back to coaching that Tamara was sharing about coaching and everything, I made videos in Portuguese here during my trip, and I shared today. It was like freaking 4 a.m. I'm in Canada, but I was loading videos. So I'm like utilizing that because I wanna get coaches. I want coaches because that's what's gonna make us like elite, go far and beyond, not just getting customers. But for customers, that's what I did with the sample workout. And it's like amazing, lots of amazing results so far. So I just want to share that tip with you guys.
Slider one, and you can change the emoji. You can pick whichever emoji you want.
Yeah, the emoji one, that's the one I did.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything they want to go over or ask or share?
I wanted to give kudos to Maxine on the team call this week. I was I was really excited because I've been wanting to come to her to ask like certain questions, and I found out she was going to be doing said things that I was curious about. I was like, oh my gosh, Max, like I'm super excited and all this stuff. And it really got me thinking about getting myself set up for like a landing page that I can just, you know, redo every month with whatever info I have. And like Margot, like I may not be as old as you, but I am so like dumb when it comes to putting all that stuff together. And so when Maxine had this call, I was like, okay, I just kind of need to know how to do that and the easiest way to do it. So that way, when I start putting my system together, like I was doing this weekend, when it comes to having conversations, I have like these quick go-to links and things that I can just share, you know, and just, you know, start locking things in as I go and getting a system. So I'm just kind of wondering what are, you know, some tips or, you know, Google Sites you used, or if, whether just.
Yeah, I used, so I you passed it on to me, but I would like to say I'm passing this to Tamara because I've taken what I've done, some of it from my monthly newsletter. I basically, for the first 6 months, copied Tamara's. I kept texting her going, it's okay if I just copy this? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. But I had to learn it because we were on a different platform. She doesn't use Google Sites, but I didn't want to pay for another subscription. So Google Sites has worked well. It's not quite as, what would you say, Tamara? It doesn't have quite the same, I don't know, to make it as personal.
Right? Like it's the options to add.
Yeah, you can change things like colors and stuff and fonts and stuff. It's a little less whatever. But I agree that it's having those simple platforms to be able to just, or simple, you're interested, here, take that, and then if you don't get it back, you can do the follow-up, but you're not wasting a ton of conversations back and forth.
Right, absolutely. And I guess like I'm wondering if like it'd be better if I could just go on YouTube and like find a tutorial of like how to easily do that, or if there's like a way to like kind of get on a call.
I feel like it's, and I'm happy to do a call with the Google Sites since that's the free one. But honestly, it's way I've really learned is just trial. Like it's pretty idiot proof. I would say the Google Sites, I would just try and kind of play around with it a little bit, and then I'm happy to do a training call on the Google Sites and what I've learned.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What I personally think is a great method to use is make yourself just a form.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I showed her that. I showed her my version of that. Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to add. I literally copied this information from the FAQ. That's what it is. It's all from the FAQ. I have a link to the sample workout in it, and I'm going to put my video that I'm going to do in this top part here for people to watch. Or no, it'll be a tab here, because all you do is like you click on add. I can add a video in here, but I don't have it ready yet, so I can't add it. It has to be YouTube, and it would go there. And then all you do every month is just duplicate it. So make a copy. And if you're still gonna launch, like I'm guessing for July, it's gonna be for Lift More. So then you make a copy and you make a Lift More form. The only thing with Google Forms that you have to be careful about is when you go to responses, you must go to this 3 dots here and click on get email notifications for new responses. Otherwise, you will not see the email notification. You won't know that someone has responded. Nobody's responded to this one because I don't have it ready yet, and I'm not ready for that. But all you're doing then every single month is you're just going here and making a copy, make a copy, make a copy, make a copy, make a copy, and you put that in your bio or on your milkshake or on your whatever thing you use in your Instagram, and people will click on that to fill it out. So it's super simple.
Right.
All I did was do copied from FAQ, name, email, where located, are you already one of my clients, I just copied this from, I think I got it from the coach office, and talked about pricing being approximately 360. I have flavors, anything else, and then that's it. And then they just submit it. So I think you just make your life easier if you have those done ahead of time. So you can send people.
Perfect. Because I mean, yeah, because it's just a matter of like, okay, which one is more me, is more convenient for me, that I like, or easier to use. So it's just a matter of playing around with like,
Well, Google
either
Sites,
or
you're
finding it.
building
Yeah.
a mini website, right? So
Yeah, I did do Google Sites for my newsletter, not for my form.
Right.
I've got the form and then I got Google Sites for my newsletter.
Because I liked what you did when it came to, you know, having them fill out the info on the form as to, like, to help you figure out what kind of total pack is right for them. Like that, like I thought that was pretty nifty. So I'm like, cool, I might want to try that, you know, or
I don't really upsell people that much. I think someone has to be really keen on the information, like what they need or what they want. I may add on, you know, the performance stack if I feel like someone's going to be incredibly sore or benefit from energized. But I think that's also why I'm now getting most people started as a preferred customer, so that I can then send them a sample of something. And then they're like, oh, I really like that energized. And then I'm like, okay, we'll just order it as a preferred customer. And then you get a 25% discount. So I don't really do the big packages for that. So occasionally I will, but someone has to be really keen and interested.
But I gave her the 3 different packages on my form. I show Shakeology, performance, and I don't know if you had that on yours. Go and glow or whatever. So they could choose which of the 3 different packages they wanted. Like in Gut Protocol, there was only one. Like it was just Shakeology, right?
So,
but
yeah,
it is a useful tool.
Because now we have the information out. But I had made that a while. I will change the banner. It says soon. Do better images. I don't.
Mary Jo, what are you asking? Where what? Oh, he says, do you know where? It says MJ to everyone in the chat.
Then,
That's when I was asking Tamara if she knew where Summit was for 2023.
Oh, sorry. Just caught on to that.
It got answered right away. Oh, one quick thing while I have the microphone. I don't know if you guys saw I think we had a private chat, me and Crystal. She had to go, but she knows this lady on the island. She says she's known her since she was a teenager. She says, is her name Brienne? I'm like, yeah. She says, okay, I know who she is. She had an amazing transformation with Body Beast back at, and then 80 Day and what. Anyway, isn't it funny? Small world.
Very small world.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, have a great day, ladies. Unless anyone any last minute. My advice: get out of your way. Right? Share your light. You are a gift to everyone who gets to be around you, and we can help so many people if we share. Okay?
Thank you,
Love
Tamara.
you. Have a great day.